Hello YouTube. So today's video is about face masks. Now straight up I'm going to say I'm not providing medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm sharing information to help you decide how best to protect yourself, your friends, family, loved ones, etc. from this terrible virus. So all the information I've got about these 8 different types of masks. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can read up about it. So let's get started. Number 1 is the bandana. This is a shamog, of course. It's not a bandana. Usually a bandana is made of cotton. The weave is tight. The bandana is not quite, the shamog's not quite as tight a weave. But the bandana, it's a time-honoured way to keep the dust and other particles out of your respiratory system. That's why cowboys use them. You see all the videos, they're wearing bandanas, and it just would protect them from the dust and whatnot. So it's going to protect other people a little bit from your coughs and sneezes. You're spraying out all those droplets. So typically without any sort of covering, those droplets can move about 8 feet. When you're wearing a bandana, that can drop it back to about 4 feet. So that's halving that distance, which is not too bad. So that's your first option, bandana. Next is a homemade cloth mask. Now, these things may only provide about 1% of particle filtration. 2-layer masks, so double up, you get about 35%, so it's quite a large increase there. So they're going to give you a little bit of protection, but primarily it's stopping your spray from entering the atmosphere for other people to breathe. So a cotton face mask is going to drop those the distance of that droplet spray from 8 feet to about 2.5 inches, which is it's a significant amount of distance. So that's not too bad there. Alright, so third on our list is a T-shirt mask. Now a lot of people started making these during 2020 because all masks were very hard to get, and people started making them. Typically with a T-shirt mask, you want to make a couple of layers. They're only about 1/3 effective as a disposable surgical mask, but the more layers you can put in, the better. Now this is not actually a homemade one. This is bought from AliExpress, but it's got 2 layers, typical of what a T-shirt will be made of. This one in particular I wear a bit actually, so it's quite comfy to wear and does the job. Anyway, next one, you're going to buy it from a store. This is your 4th option. So this is a kid's mask, very small there, like when you look at a adult size, so it's very small. This is going to fit probably up to your 5-6 year old. Now with a store-bought mask, you want to look for something that's got at least 3 layers and a nice tight weave of 100% cotton if possible. It's very hard to tell what they're made of sometimes. This one was bought online from Daiso, so it's a fairly reputable place to buy them, and I think they were about $15 each. So something like this is going to be about 50% protection until you get up to your higher end, like an N95, which is 80 to 95% protection. but this is a good option for kids. It's quite comfortable and it's going to stop their spray. Once again, it's not really protecting the wearer because you can still breathe in particles. Moving on, we've got a cloth mask with a filter. Now these, you can either buy them from a store or you can make them yourself. This particular mask was made by my auntie, which was very kind of her. And she's also put in this extra little sleeve. So it's this extra little sleeve there, which is open on both ends, where you can put a filter. So the filters you can put, or you can buy quite readily, a carbon PM2 filter. So they're blocking out the particles up to the size of PM2. I can't remember offhand what size that is, but typically that's blocking out your pollution and whatnot like that. It's going to be quite effective against virus, and also it's not going to allow your particles really to get out into the atmosphere, because it's got to break that carbon filter layer inside. I don't have one of those filters to show you, but they're available on eBay, AliExpress, Amazon, all those fun stores. So there is another option as a filter, and it's a polypropylene filter. So that material is commonly used in upholstery, and what it does is it'll create a little bit of an electronic charge which will collect dust or help stop the dust. So this one, the efficiency is 35 to up to 70%, just depending on the fabric and what you use. Polypropylene, I don't know how readily available it is to get, but that's something you could consider. So yeah, that's that one. Next up, these are common items. Most people have got these things. So we've got a balaclava, and we also have a neck gaiter, or a neck sock, which is, it's basically just a tube of material. Trouble is with these, although they're good at keeping you warm, they're mostly made of a synthetic fabric, and that synthetic fabric doesn't seem to be effective at preventing the spread of small particles. Not as good as natural fibers like cotton, but I mean, with this, a lot of people have these available, and I do see a lot of people wearing these. You can pull it up over your nose, you can pull it down, whatever. In a colder climate, it's quite common that you'd be wearing it. Same with the balaclava, it's all synthetic. Your eyes are here, your nose and your mouth are down here. That's that's an option, but it's not a very effective option at all. So next up, most commonly, is your blue and white surgical mask. This one here I'll show you in a sec, but these guys are very commonly available now. During the start of COVID, they were quite hard to get. They got very expensive. People are still selling them for a fair bit of money, but this one's from the Miniso shop online. Probably if you look at Daiso, their online shop too, you'll probably find it on there. So the surgical mask, it's loose fitting and they're disposable, and they create a physical barrier between the mouth and the nose. So they're not really intended to protect you, the wearer. They're mostly intended to protect other people, and they're doing that by providing the barrier from your saliva, your spit, your spray, your sneezes, your coughs. The filter, the mask filter fibers are catching that, so they're filtering out about 60% of inhaled particles. So you got a little bit of protection there. but they're just primarily designed to stop other people from getting your sort of ailments, illnesses. If everyone's wearing these, they're quite effective in stopping the spread of viruses. But when other people are not wearing them and you're walking by them, there's still that chance that you can breathe in their germs. But big thing is, make sure you dispose of them after you wear them. They're not designed to be worn several times like a cotton one, where you can wash them out. So this other one here, it's from Daiso as well. So it's kind of similar to the surgical one, except these have they've got charcoal impregnated to the into the fabric. So they're probably going to filter out a little bit better because the charcoal is going to absorb that those particles. But as for how much your breath can come out, I'm not too sure. It's probably a little better than the surgical mask, because once again that carbon, it's on both sides, so it's going to filter out a little bit more. But yeah, both of these have a metal strap along the top where your nose goes, so you can try and put it down tight against your nose, but then around the sides and around your eyes, the air's going to be able to get in and out. So it's not the be all and end all, but they're the most common. These guys are the most common. Last on the list, number 8. So it's a cone style mask, very old school type of mask that you'd see a lot of builders and tradespersons wearing. Not so much now. There's a lot better masks out there now. These are quite old, and you can see it's only got the one elastic band there to fix it to your head. It does have the metal strap there to help it conform to your face, but these guys are less effective at containing droplets and spray than a cotton mask. The weave in this material's fairly large, so it's going to stop bigger pieces of dust, but not the small stuff that the virus can piggyback on. It's better than a bandana because it's fitting a bit tighter to your face, but that's about it. So that's 8 different options that you can have a look at to protect yourself. So like I said, most of these masks, they're all intended to protect other people, not so much to protect you. To protect yourself, you're going to have to look at N95 masks, respirators and above, and that's what I'm going to do in the next video. We'll have a look at some N95 filtration, P1, P2, P3, and full face respirators, and yeah, that's the next video. So hope I've helped you out, given you some sort of information, and hopefully it helps you decide what's going to be best for you in whatever situation you're in. Like, comment, subscribe and share. If you got people you care about, share this video to them so they can have a look. But until then, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Please be the boy. Thank you.